Rob Dyrdek. Robert Stanley Dyrdek is an American professional skateboarder, actor, entrepreneur, producer, and reality TV star. He is best known for his roles in the reality shows Rob and Big, Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory and Ridiculousness. He also is the creator of the animated series Wild Grinders, in which he voices the series' main character, Lil Rob. In 2014, Dyrdek was labeled as one of the most influential skateboarders of all time by Fox Weekly. Early years. Dyrdek was born on June 28, 1974 in Kettering, Ohio to Gene and Patty Dyrdek. Dyrdek was involved in sports as a child and began skateboarding at the age of 11. When he received his first skateboard from professional skateboarder Neil Blender. Of his early interest in the sport, Dyrdek has stated, "I was a pretty driven young man. I was so focused on becoming a pro skateboarder. I would sit in school and think about all the tricks I was going to do, then I'd get out of school and skate until they made me come inside." Alien Workshop. At the age of 12, Dyrdek acquired sponsorship from the same company that Blender was a team member of, and began his skateboarding career. A few years later, Dyrdek and Blender quit their board sponsor and created Alien Workshop, Dyrdek's current skateboard deck sponsor, and a company that he now owns. At the age of 16, Dyrdek decided to forego his senior year of high school and instead moved to Southern California to continue with his professional skate career. DC Shoes. Soon after moving to California, Dyrdek began to ride for Drew's Clothing, a company that was then transformed into DC Shoes. Both Drew's and DC were founded with the involvement of highly regarded skateboarder Danny Way, and in the lead-up period for the release of the 2012 Way documentary Waiting for Lightning, Dyrdek revealed, "I swear to you, that I was on DC for, like, 2 years before Danny Way finally knew who I was. I'm on DC with him, it's his company." Street League Skateboarding. Dyrdek is the founder of the Street League Skateboarding skateboard competition enterprise, and the series has grown from a domestic to international event. Film and television. Dyrdek first starred in the MTV reality series, Rob and Big, with his best friend and bodyguard Christopher "Big Black" Boykin, as well as his cousin, Chris "Drama Fath", and friend Rashawn "Bam Bam" Davis. After 3 seasons, Boykin chose to leave the show when his longtime girlfriend had a baby. In February 2009, Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, featuring Dyrdek Fath and his Dyrdek Enterprise staff, was first aired. The Fantasy Factory is a converted warehouse where Dyrdek runs his many entrepreneurial ventures. It also features a large indoor skate plaza, Dyrdek personal office, a foam pit, and numerous basketball hoops. He also built a Hands of God music studio for his cousin Fath inside the factory. During the course of the first season, he also opened his first Safe Spot skate spot with the sponsorship of Carl's Jr. At the grand opening, Mayor Antonio Villarreal Garza rode with Dyrdek on the world's largest skateboard. Fantasy Factory aired a total of 6 seasons, with the season finale airing on March 13, 2014. The show mainly featured a cast of Dyrdek, Chris Fath Boykin, Scott Fath, Chanel West Coast, and Sterling Brim. Dyrdek was also featured in the video games Skate and Skate 2. During the days of Rob and Big, the two were featured in an episode where they were actually going to the A building to shoot for the game. In Skate 2, the player is able to purchase an early version of the Fantasy Factory on the Xbox Live Marketplace and PlayStation Store as an add-on, allowing the player to skate within the factory premises. Dyrdek made a movie entitled Street Dreams in 2009. In 2011, Dyrdek appeared in Jackass 3.5 in a scene with Johnny Knoxville. Later that year, on August 29, 2011, Dyrdek started another show with the MTV network called Ridiculousness, where he comments on internet videos that are mainly extreme sport mishaps. Dyrdek hosts this show alongside two friends, Chanel West Coast and Sterling Brim. In 2012, Dyrdek was on the TV show Punk'd. Justin Bieber tried to execute a prank on Dyrdek and failed. Dyrdek was also featured in the 2012 documentary, Waiting for Lightning, about his friend and fellow skater Danny Way. World records. Dyrdek set 21 separate Guinness World Records for skateboarding as part of his former show. Rob and Big Black also set 2 eating records on the show: most bananas eaten in 1 minute, and the most number of powder donuts eaten in 3 minutes. As part of the Fantasy Factory series, Dyrdek set the record for the largest skateboard, but according to the World Records Academy website, this was broken in 2010. Dyrdek's personal bests, some of which have since been surpassed, include longest 50-50 rail grind, 100 feet 5.75 inches, longest board slide, 100 feet 5.75 inches, highest skateboard ramp jump into water, 10 feet 8 inches, farthest reverse ramp jump by a car, 89 feet 3.25 inches. Entrepreneur. During his time with DC, Dyrdek began his exploration of entrepreneurship through shoe design, and this led Dyrdek to launch various short-lived companies, including a hip-hop record label and a skate shop. Dyrdek continued to pursue such ventures and, as of 2013, Dyrdek's properties include Wild Grinders, Street League Skateboarding, the Rob Dyrdek Foundation, and Mega Horse Racing. In addition, Dyrdek has partnerships with various brands, such as Bill My Parents, ISX, and DTA Rogue Status. Wild Grinders, a fictional cartoon skate crew, is Dyrdek's venture into toys based on him and his group of childhood skateboarding friends. The line consists of 6 characters. Dyrdek also created the ISX instant scoring experience, which he hopes will revolutionize the way skate competitions are held. He is the creator of the Street League Skateboarding, a professional skateboarding contest. Dyrdek also has a tag body spray scent called Make Moves. A fraction of the profit will go to his charity organization, the Rob Dyrdek Foundation. Dyrdek has also partnered with Chevrolet for the launch of the new Chevy Sonic. As part of the launch campaign, he performed a kickflip with a Sonic over the world's largest skateboard, which he also created. He performed the stunt at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Rob Dyrdek Foundation. Dyrdek founded this foundation in 2003. This foundation builds legal skate parks for skateboarders in their communities. This cause is close to Dyrdek, because of the ties he has with being a professional skateboarder. Practicing this sport is hard for most people, because street skating is illegal in most communities, and these communities often do not have legal skate parks available. Dyrdek believes that the skate plaza is essential to the future of skateboarding. Personal life. Dyrdek has one sister, Denise. His cousins Christopher, drama Faf, and Scott, Big Cat, Faf, are featured in Rob and Big and Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory. He also has two bulldogs named Meaty and Beefy. Dyrdek became an ordained minister through the Universal Life Church in order to perform his sister's wedding in December 2011. The ceremony, which was featured in an episode of Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, took place at the Fantasy Factory in Los Angeles. He became engaged to his girlfriend Brianna Noel Flores 2 months before his 41st birthday on April 26, 2015, after proposing to her at Disneyland. Dyrdek and his wife have one child, Coda, born September 9, 2016. Thank you for watching. Please like